Time now for 757 House Whisper, live right here on News Talk 790 WNIS.
Hello, Hampton Roads. You're now listening to the 757 House Whisperer Show, brought to you by Worley's Home Services. They do plumbing, heating, crawl spaces. They do air conditioning, electricity. They do spray foam. They do it all. Chuck Worley is the master of house science. He can solve all those problems. My name is Michael Davenport. I'm with CVP Windows and Doors. Custom vinyl products. We're in Newport News, and we are your local manufacturer for all your windows in your home, and we do exterior doors. We also do sliding patio doors. This team that's coming to you tonight has knowledge in all different aspects of the housing industry. Please call us right now. Get in line. Let's answer a question for you or two. 757-627-7979, and that is 757-627-7979. And I'm going to get Albin to come on here and get us started.
Hey, yeah, my name's Albin. I'm with AlbinCo. We do remodels, kitchens, baths. We'll do additions, whole home remodels, or even build you a new house. And also want to introduce Tommy Hines. He's not here tonight, but he's our money guy. He actually will get you loans on the stuff that you might have, and whether it be a wish list, you got, maybe you got like a 5-phase project where you're trying to knock out some stuff. You can't handle it all at once, but he'll give you, maybe he'll get it down to where he can get you all the money that you need, or maybe even just a little section. But his company name is Perfect Home Remedies, and he really has helped a lot of people in some tricky situations. So, yeah.
Thanks, Alvin. And Mike, I'm Justin with Pyramid Roofing Gutters, and we also do roof repairs as well. Just like I said, if you want honesty, openness, and transparency, just give us a call. I'm also going to introduce Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. I will say that I think everybody on this panel will agree with me. He's definitely one of the younger guys that we wish we would have done when we were his age. Definitely out there just doing amazing work.
So last but certainly not least, the only
Certainly
female.
not. Certainly not.
The only woman brave enough to come out here with all these guys. I'm Cindy Rawith, owner-operator of Alpha Pest Solutions. We're a full-service exterminating company. We do pest control. We do termite treatments, fungus treatments, inspections for buying and selling your home. So if you're buying your home or wanting to sell it, we come out, take a look, make sure you're free of termites and moisture. We are experts with moisture, so if you got some moisture going on in a crawl space, we're the people to give you a call. And all my inspections are free. I earned a new name last radio show. Justin has called me the Critter Getter. So I'm the Critter Getter, but I'm also the only woman with a license to kill.
That's correct. That's correct. We are interested in helping you guys out with any question you may have about your house. We have a vast number of experience. I, being the old guy on the panel, have been in the building business, building for 51 years. Chuck, I've known for over 30 years. He was a mere child when I met him. And give some of the experience you guys have in the business.
So years ago, I worked for another company. I will not give that name out on this show, and started my own business 15 years ago. So I have 20-plus years experience in getting the critters and being underneath your house, killing stuff.
Yeah, and that's a place that no man or woman wants to go.
I was about to say, Cindy, you're more of a man than me. I'm not doing it. You can't pay me enough. Well,
Maybe
I'm just.
I could.
I'm not sure. There's things down there I'm not messing with. I've been with Pyramid Roofing 16 years. Great company. I actually started roofing in 2001 right out of high school, and just started and never looked back.
Oh, so you're a baby, too.
Don't you start that. Yeah, I'm in my 40s. Low 40s.
You're still a baby. That's all I'm going to say.
Crazy.
Now, just before we get to Albin, the question of the day: what's scarier, underneath of the house in the crawl space, or up on a 3-story roof in a gusty wind?
No, I'll do 3 stories all day.
I do a crawl space all day, all night, all day.
How are you going to get
I'll
away
live
from
in it.
snakes and raccoons and squirrels and?
No, believe it or not, there's not an animal out there that just will not walk right up to me like I'm its best friend.
I've been
A
chased.
buck. If you want to go hunt and take me with you, because they'll come right up to me.
Sold. I've been chased by raccoons and squirrels off the roof. I am not wanting to be in a crawl space with
I
them.
have never been chased by an animal. I've always had them like right in my face. I went down to the Outer Banks one time, was in the water, and the whole herd of ponies came up. And I turned around and they were in my face. And, I got a ticket for that.
What?
Why?
Because I was too close to the ponies. And I said, well, the only other way I could go would have been out to sea. So I think.
What are you going to do?
That's what I said.
Crazy.
So animals are attracted to me. That,
I'm sure you chased a few, though. Like the other way around.
Animals or men?
Well,
Some
that's
of them are
another story
animals.
in itself, so,
Some
But-
are animals.
Yeah, so for me, I've been doing construction, man, it feels like forever, probably before high school. I just doing little things for my mom and dad, and I just love to work with my hands, and just have a passion for it. Just can't get my hands off of tools and messing with it and doing what I love to do, whether it be building something or even tearing stuff down. We do a lot of demo work, and
That can be
demo
Can be fun too.
It can be fun, but it's also, believe it or not, it's challenging. There's a right way to demo stuff, or you're going to end up with more work on your hands. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so many times I've seen people that have a poor demo plan, and the guy in there he's just about tearing stuff up.
yeah.
And the next thing you know, well, we only had 100 lineal feet of wall that we were putting back in here. How come I got 180 feet I got to do now?
We got carried
He said,
away.
well, the guy got a little carried away. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you definitely, it's funny. You got to get the right people. It's like surgery,
Yes.
Yeah.
You just a certain amount of this stuff you're going to take away, and a certain amount of stuff you're going to put back, and there's
Some
a
of it you
balance
leave it
there,
alone.
and it's all kind of budgeted out through the whole thing. And if you get that wrong, you can make the whole project
Oh, yeah.
go really bad.
south.
It can go south fast.
Very fast. The one thing I did want to mention to you is that for anybody that calls in tonight with a question, or we're going to have, I believe, some I forgot what they call this thing. Trivia. Yeah. Trivia, possibly. But you get a $25 gift card. And I'm going to let you make the choice tonight. If you want your gift card at Wawa, that's fine with me, because you can get coffee, you can get food to eat, you can put gas in your tank. You can do everything at Wawa. And they're some of the most courteous people, at least in Yorktown, that Grafton Wawa. You can't go in there without somebody holding the door for you.
That's one of the best ones.
That's all.
I got a trivia question.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry if I throw one in
Albin's
there?
going to get us started.
So even these guys don't know the answer, and I'm going to see if somebody can call in. So it's kind of a weird, quirky one, but what is fish flops?
Huh?
Fish flops. Now, I'm going to show the guys in here, and girls,
Yes.
what...
Well, I've been
what-
called a guy before too, but that's okay.
So
I don't
what,
mind.
I'm going to show them in here. You're going to be
That's
hearing a little bit
compliment.
of chuckles in here, but it's something.
It's not like a newfangled kid word
No,
like
but it's
skibbity.
something that was
right?
given to me by my daughter, and
Of
it was for
course
my,
it was.
It was for my birthday. I love them to death, and they're kind of comical. So this is a fish flop.
Oh my God!
So
I want some.
I'm not going to give any hints right now, but they maybe give. I'll tell you, it looks like a fish. How's that? That's the only hint you're going to get, but maybe you
hence
can
the name
figure it out.
fish flops, right?
Well, you need to make a flounder version. It'd be quite apropos.
yeah.
Right.
So look at this. You see even the backside.
Oh, you're actually wearing them.
Yes.
I didn't notice that.
Well,
Yeah.
I put them on for the show. I told them, I said,
I
I'm
saw
not going
him
to tell you
holding
my
one.
little secret here. I want to make sure that everybody got a
you
good
kinda gave it
chuckle.
away
Because
there,
I want to
and I
get
would
all the
figure that
chuckles
part
out of you
out.
guys before the show started.
Okay.
So,
I think I would have noticed that in the elevator. But
yeah. So you kind
need
of
to be
gave,
more
maybe
observant.
you might have gave too much of a hint away saying that I'm wearing them. But
Yeah.
That's
all right, so the hint's out there. See what you can do with that. See if you can figure out what a fish flop is.
Yeah, one of the things I'd like for us to discuss tonight, and all of us kind of have a little bit in this ball game, we are in the middle of hurricane season, and there are some active things going on down the Caribbean, and it looks like Louisiana is going to get a direct hit sometime tomorrow, I believe was the last I heard. So why don't we talk about what we can do to prepare for a hurricane, which I hope and pray every day doesn't happen in Hampton Roads, because I hate the damage that it does to people emotionally. I hate the fact that people come in from our area with ridiculous prices to do work and take advantage of our people. And then it's real turmoil. But why don't we talk a little bit about that right now before we have to go to break in a little while?
All right. Well, yeah. And also, if you're trying to call in and you don't remember the number, it's 757-627-7979. That's 757-627-7979. We're waiting for you to call in. We'll answer some questions for you. But
Come on, ladies, give us a call. Show the men up tonight.
So, preparedness. I mean, some of this stuff just comes down to the stuff that we're working on right now is, floodwaters. You want to try to make sure that you have a way to get the water away from the house. You may not have severe wind damage or anything like that, but a tremendous amount of rain might be just take your house over the top on a few things, and you really wish maybe you did some better management of some of the stuff that. So it's we're not just talking about catastrophic here, because sometimes you get storms come through here. It might just be only rain.
You can get a microburst that'll really wreck the place.
So
water, worst enemy to your home.
Yeah. So just water management, making sure your gutters are cleaned out, making sure that you got, making sure you got the downspouts are clear, and that they got a good line to the low grade, not too fast, but fast enough to get it away from the house before it gets into the ground.
With extensions and all that.
Yeah, you
batteries.
Also got to be sure. I mean, Justin can comment on this. Don't wait to the last minute to call the roofer and say, "I got a few shingles missing. Can you come by right away?" Yeah. And the storm's
they're going to be taking care of the shingles on their own roof.
Yeah, Mike, that happens more than you really think. Especially, we're already into hurricane season, but I mean, I would say, get some inspections. Let's get out there with a qualified, trusted individual. Let's get some honest opinions. I mean, if your roof is getting into the higher numbers, something close to 20 years old, you're not going to have the wind rating that you had when the roof was first to put on. Especially you have a 3-tab shingle, those are basically being phased out of the industry. So get a qualified individual to go ahead and take a look at the whole exterior of your house. Gutters being cleaned, like Albin said. If you have blocked up gutters, that water's got to go somewhere. If the gutter can't handle it, it can get in the soffit, and then it comes right in, through your walls, especially if you don't have any overhang. Please get them looked at.
Yeah. So another thing that, oftentimes in this area, because of our proximity to sea level, is when the tides start coming in and the rain's coming in and all that, we're going to see a lot of flooding in crawl spaces. So, there's some people that will get sandbags and try to put them, around their home and all that to keep the water out. Water's going to find a way. Water finds a way. So when that happens, if you have that happen, get somebody out there. Like for example, my company will come out and do a free inspection for you, let you know what we need to do, how quickly we need to get the stuff up in and out, to help get that moisture out of your crawl space. The longer it stays in there, the worse it's going to be.
Yep, soaking up into that floor system.
Yep. And then next thing you know, you don't have just crawl space damage. You've got, and if you get into that first floor, the rest of your house is coming too.
Now, Mike, I got to give you a hard time. Willoughby was built during a hurricane.
There's no
Do you
doubt.
remember it?
I don't quite, but
just messing with you. I love you, Mike.
I got to tell you, I look at all those houses every time I come over here for the show, and I'm looking at all these people that are living there.
Yeah.
And little do you people, what the Lord give, the Lord can take away.
That's right.
It can take that whole place out of there. That's why the 64 route is on a bridge all the way to the mainland, because they knew that risk was there.
Yep.
And it says this ain't no need. And then you got people in there, and they're just all the time doing it. Looks like we're going to be cutting for a break in a few minutes here. Damien is going to take us to it, and give us a call, 757-627-7979. The House Whisperer, 757 House Whisperer. Thank you much.
Albin with AlbinCo. We are bringing in the 757 House Whisperer to you. We are live here on the show looking for callers to call in and ask those important questions that we can help you with. Don't forget, you can also help some other people by asking that question, because you're not the only one that probably has whatever it is you got going on, whether you got moisture problems, you've got insect or critter. We got a critter getter here that can help you with things. And if you have any plumbing, HVAC, electrical, crawl space questions, you got a roof question, you got a door and window question, you got a remodel question, we got you covered. So this is the 757 House Whisperer. You can go to 757housewhisperer.com, or you can go to YouTube and search for us, look at the old shows, and maybe there's some show you really, maybe you're listening to all of them, you missed one. You can always go back and listen to another. But the number to call in is 757-627-7979. That's 757-627-7979. And you can also, if you don't want to get on the air, you can also text 757-955-9415. That's 757-955-9415. We got somebody there waiting for you to text in, and we can help you there.
Now, Albin, is that also the phone number if somebody wants to call and get a consultation from any one of the experts, whether they have a roof issue
call in
or
if you miss this opportunity, you don't call in and you're like, darn it, I gotta wait. No, you can just call that number. We'll get you connected to an expert that can help you out. So so back to the questions and stuff like that. I got to ask, does anybody figured out what a fish flop is? Because we are all dying and waiting for you to figure it out. I showed these guys.
We do have
my daughter Brianna gave them to me, and I just love them to death. And
that's nice and soft too.
Yeah, they are. They're
and
pretty
doesn't
cool.
smell.
So maybe
that's really good.
Call in and tell me what a fish flop is. I'm
and
waiting
it is
for your
not
call.
a pancake made out of fish.
We got a Cindy question up there on the screen.
Yeah, we got Greg. Hampton. Hey, Greg, how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, I guess. I got a question about pests, okay? My house is overrun with roaches, especially at night. I'm telling you, they're in the bathroom, they're in the kitchen, they're on the walls, the floors, the countertops.
Sorry to hear that.
And everything.
Terrible.
So what I did, I went down to the library and Googled about insecticides. Okay, they say the ones that are used are called pyrethrin and pyrethroid, and they say they're non-toxic to humans and animals. What I want to get a second opinion on that. Is that true? Is it safe to spray for roaches in the house, and do they do it in specific places, or do they do it everywhere? And then I'll take my answer off the air, okay?
Okay. So they are actually chemicals that you can use to treat, but you do not use those for roaches, and here's the reason why. When you spray those chemicals, it causes the females to drop their egg sacs. When that happens and you're spraying all that chemical around, you got babies everywhere all the time. So what you need is a really good roach bait, and I have that stuff. And if you'd like to talk to me, give me a call, and I'll tell you what to use. I'll come over and show you.
What's that phone number?
757-873-4999.
And that's Alpha Pest Solutions?
It's Alpha Pest Solutions. I'm happy to help you with all your problems and give you some solutions.
So we're still waiting on some callers. If you can, call in 757-627-7979. We got to go to a break, and we will be back in a second. This is the 757 House Whisperer.
Yeah, absolutely. And during the break, find out more at 757housewhisperer.com, 757housewhisperer.com, or 955-9415. We'll be right back right after the quick news break. 757 House Whisperer.
Hello, Hampton Roads. Welcome back. This is the 757 House Whisperer Show, brought to you by Worley's Home Services. Worley's has been around quite a while. Chuck Worley's been a friend of mine for over 30 years and does excellent work. He does crawl spaces, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, spray foam, anything that you have to do with house science. He's your guy. He knows how to get the system sized right and running right, and knows how to get them fixed when they need repair. Also on the team with me today is Albin of AlbinCo. Albin, take it line.
Hey, yeah, Albin here with AlbinCo. We specialize in home remodels. We'll do additions, renovations, that kind of stuff, and we're just shooting the breeze here, trying to see if you can. Yeah, so I for those that didn't hear before, Tommy Hines is our finance guy. He will help you out. We call him the money guy. He'll help you out with all your finance needs. You know, we've been talking a lot about home repairs, whether it's be you got some issues with water management, or you need one of our team members to come in and do something but you can't afford it. He's the guy that we'll connect you with to help you get this all figured out, whether you got to go and do electrical, you need to upgrade your insulation, your HVAC systems going on the fritz, whatever it is, he can help you with the finance needs. And then, of course, we have Justin here with Pyramid Roofing. He's going to chime in right now and give you some information on his company.
Absolutely, Alvin. So I'm Justin with Pyramid Roofing Gutters. Do want to throw that out there that we are one of the last companies out here actually doing roof repairs as well. Just want to be honest with folks, but I'm going to introduce Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. How does anybody know how old Jack is?
24.
12.
He looks 12.
Get out of here with 12.
He's 24. He does have 4 painters working with him, and I personally recommended him to 2 friends of mine. Both guys bought windows from me, and I said, "Hey, man, you need a painter. I know a good painter," and both of them used him, and he did a real nice job.
No, he is a great guy, and I'm sure all of y'all would agree. I mean, I don't know what y'all were doing when we were 24, but I wasn't
having babies.
Well, I wasn't having no babies, but I was going to say at 24, I wasn't as responsible as I am now, and like I said, Jack is just an awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Cindy Rowell, owner operator of Alpha Pest Solutions. We do anything that creeps and crawls. I'll come get it and kill it for you. I'm not afraid to get into your crawl space or handle any of those issues of attics, whatever. I one time got, I don't know that I've ever told you guys, just had a bird's nest I needed to get out of an attic, and I was like, a bird's nest. Mm-hmm. I got up there. That bird's nest was about 6 feet wide.
Oh, my.
What?
And about
pigeons?
5 feet tall. And I was like,
a hawk or something?
Was it pigeons?
There was nothing there when I was up there, but I removed that nest. It took about 3 large contractor bags to get all of that stuff out of there.
It sounded like there might have been some rent going on up there. Somebody built a multiplex up there.
Yeah, so I even do stuff like that. So, but if it creeps or crawls, I can come get it for you.
New meaning to Airbnb.
Yeah, we got somebody.
Airbnb.
You got D would be a Cindy question. D in Suffolk couldn't stay and talk, but she wanted advice on dealing with moles in her yard and her house, and that would be a Cindy question.
Yeah. So that's a question a very good question. There are things that you can use. We use some bait that you can put into those tunnels. It takes a lot of time. You have to go back every 2 to 3 weeks and rebait those tunnels and all that. But the problem is if your neighbors are not also treating, you're just getting rid of what's in your yard, and they'll be back again.
Yes.
So.
I was going to say, Cindy, what about a Caddyshack maneuver?
Well, so that's what I like. There are bombs that you can get. I'm not kidding you. There really are bombs that you can get, and you can put them into the tunnels. Put them into the tunnels, and that's supposed to take care of them. But you can also do, and what a lot of people, and I'm get together with a lot of pest control company owners, and they will take a exhaust tube, hook it up to the exhaust of their truck, car, whatever, run that line into those tunnels, and leave your car run for about 15 minutes, that circulates that carbon monoxide throughout all those tunnels, and that will take care of them. It will also, while it's doing it, it'll kill snakes and ground bees and anything else that's down in
ground
the
bees. I got a special place for them.
Yeah, I got special stuff for them.
Yeah, I run like a girl.
Yeah. All of you men do. But I don't. So if you got those issues, I can
Those
help.
ground bees are not anything to mess around with.
No, they're not friendly at all.
I have a bee suit.
Yeah, well,
It's the hornets. It's the hornets.
oh, the hornets I hate. Yeah.
I did do a yellow jacket nest one time in Yorktown. That nest started in the crawl space, went up 3 floors and into the attic.
Lord.
It was the biggest nest I've ever seen.
I don't see how they can get. I mean, unless the house is vacant or whatever, it's difficult
It's in between
for me.
walls.
Yeah, but I mean, they make so much buzzing noise. I mean,
Oh, they were. You
Probably
thought
the
you
whole
were in
house
the
is
nest
vibrating.
in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
They were coming out. Their light fixtures, their light
my.
socket. They were everywhere.
I've heard that because we've been beekeeping for a number of years now. The horror story of that is people have bees get into their walls, and then they'll not remove the bees live. They'll call somebody to come in and can kill them, unfortunately, and then their house is then the honey will melt and just soak through the walls, and then now I've got to replace everything
Yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
Man.
But get it early and get those inspections done. It's
Right,
kind of the
right.
purpose of the show, so everybody listening can avoid those.
Lesson learned is you see 1 or 2 bees floating around, maybe you should start thinking about
What's going on?
tracing down where they're coming from
Yep.
and seeing if you're seeing more than 1 or
Yep.
2 start to appear. And
Yeah,
the
I've
next
got
thing
a-
you know, you got maybe not a bird's nest that's 6 foot wide, but maybe a stinking cavity in your wall that's
But
filled
also,
with bees.
remember, if they're not in your house at this time of the year, they're about to all go dormant. So basically, the queen will be the only one that'll survive. She'll go into the ground, and most of the wasp species, and all the other ones will die.
Yeah.
So they'll be gone for
Wow.
the year, and just the queen will survive. And
Yeah.
honeybees and bumblebees are a little different. But wasp-wise, they're about to go away.
Yeah, I've got my own natural honeybee
Oh, yeah?
hive in my yard. Yeah, I've got an older tree, and it's got, that branch of that tree that's hollowed out is probably at least 3 feet in diameter. And I kept seeing all these bees, and I'm like, where are you guys going? Let me find out.
What about you just track them down, right?
I found them. They're in my tree. They're
Cindy,
inside
what about carpenter bees? You mess with them too?
Yep.
You can get rid of them.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
they're
bite.
a pain.
If it
They
creeps
bite nice.
If it creeps or crawls, I'm telling you. I'm a West Virginia girl. I can get it.
So back on that topic about being prepared for storms, one thing I'm thinking about as we're sitting here, for those that are just now chiming in, we were talking about how can we be prepared as the storm season is upon us? What can we do? We were talking about water and management of water and all that stuff, but we also have to deal with the fact that trees grow. We just went through a large growing spurt. Maybe you trimmed your trees before. Maybe it's time for trimming some trees. You got some hanging over the house that
That's a no-no.
you go around, look for branches that are gonna, just the slightest wind's gonna take it out and put a hole in your roof. That's just I just remember back, I don't know, I can't remember which hurricane it was, but I remember running across the street to help my neighbors where the tree, maybe it was a tree they should have took down, but it was like chopped their house in half, and I'm in there trying to help them out. It's more just to comfort them more than anything, because I mean, right in the thick of the storm, you can't really do
There's not a
anything.
lot you can do.
You're just going to see the damage happen more and more. So right now is the best time to come in and assess all the trees around and see if you need to have somebody come in and take some down for you.
I can tell you what I did during Isabel. I had a tree splitting in half. I was out there with duct tape. Well, I'll tell you what. I did keep it to the point where part of it was going to fall on my neighbor's house or their cars, and the other part was going to hit me. I did wrap it up with enough duct tape long enough that it didn't fall. Now, of course, I lost the tree, but it didn't fall on anything and hurt anything. But
That's good.
But keep those trees and bushes trimmed about 1.5 feet away from your house.
Oh,
off
every bit.
off
Every
the
bit.
roof. Yeah, because that's a good way for insects and stuff to get into your home
Critters.
is when all that stuff is right up against your house.
Yep.
So keep it away.
Well, not only that, I'd like to throw in too, just even if you have overhanging anything really, if it's rubbing back and forth across shingles, it'll eat right through the asphalt shingles. doesn't really take long. So definitely get anything overhanging the house, get it cut back.
And some of those plants can be acidic, and when that causes it to even deteriorate quicker.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Trees will look better when you trim them anyways.
Yes, it will. They'll grow
it's
better.
It's not like you're cutting them down or anything like that. So trim them back. They're gonna
almost getting a
resprout.
haircut, right?
Yeah, it's exactly. They just need some haircuts. So
The one thing I wanted to mention tonight at CVP Windows and Doors, we are now opening operation in Richmond.
Oh, nice.
We have a local guy up in Richmond now,
very nice.
and he will be operating in that market. He's in training right this minute. And so any of your friends that live up in the Richmond area, that's Chesterfield County, Henrico County, the city of Richmond, Louisa County, Dinwiddie, anything up that way,
We
we'll
go
be
that
glad
way,
to help
so.
you out.
Yeah, excellent.
Because that's a huge market. Everybody's got a friend that lives up there somewhere. And when you take about comparison, the Richmond metropolitan market is bigger than Hampton Roads.
Yep.
Well, it's condensed
And
more.
the thing that makes them still growing more than we are here, we got all this beautiful water that restricts the land use so much, wetlands and all these other issues, and Richmond doesn't have that to deal with.
Yep.
Water's pretty, but it causes issues. It causes flooding.
Yep.
It causes lack of use for land because of it. And up there, the place called Magnolia Green, it's the biggest planned unit development in the central part of the East Coast.
Yep.
And it's over 3,800 houses. And it's right there in Richmond, in just one part of Chesterfield County.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Nice.
we are up
That's
there.
really
You can
good.
call our main number at 757-887-3194 and get more information on that. And you can call us here tonight live on the show at 757-627-7979. That is the 757 House Whisperer Show. And we are here just waiting for one of you guys to call and just
Maybe-
give us a question.
Maybe I can get somebody to call. Alpha Pest Solutions is in search of some employees. So even if you don't have the experience, but you're looking for a job, and it could be male, female, it doesn't matter. I will train you, but we are looking for one or two people to come on board to kind of keep me.
I would say if you have a tendency to like or be around insects or creepy crawly things, and you're the guy that kind of always is gravitating towards them and not afraid of them, this job is for you.
It is for you, and
yeah.
And if you don't know, I promise you, I can show you everything.
Now, Cindy, I don't care what you're paying. I'm not applying.
But there's got to be some people out there like,
Yeah,
I
that are
don't care
looking for a
going in the
job.
crawl
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
I don't care going in
Or
the
maybe
attic,
they've done it
you know?
before and just aren't currently working right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, you got to admit, there is a level of fun. Each home is a new Inspector Gadget situation where you get to be the inspector and figure out what's causing this, what is that, what's dropping, who's causing that, what's that damage, and then
Yep.
tell the homeowner what's going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I
A
was
lot of
talking-
companies don't do that.
I was talking to Cindy the other day, and she, we were talking about it, and it's like there's a lot that goes into her job. You know, if you're coming on board with her, you want a job. You're going to be educated on a lot of stuff, and if you are one of those out there, just have a sponge for education, you're just like soaking it up. You're just trying to find that maybe you got a passion and just talking about those things. You're just like, this is the job for me.
Yeah.
Cindy's going to bring you on board. She's going to personally work with you to help you find that little niche within her company, because they do all kinds of things. So they deal with the mold and funguses and all that stuff. So yeah, hey, we got a caller coming in, Paige in Virginia Beach. Hey, Paige.
Hey,
Yeah,
How
so
are you
you needing to find somebody to do a bathroom?
well, I'm looking for. I really have. This house is like 1958, so I got
Okay.
one bathroom done. I really need the kitchen and the other bathroom done, and I'm looking to get more storage space, more room. So I'm thinking about maybe if I can extend and have an additional garage or a two-car, because I already have a single car on, but I have a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So
And the stuff just needs more room, huh?
I just need more room for more stuff.
Exactly.
there
That's
you
what I
go.
was going to say, because you're a woman.
Good old American way.
Yeah.
So, but no, hey, we can help you out in that area, AlbinCo, and so I can reach out to you off air, and we can talk about what you're looking for in a remodel, for the bathrooms and for the additional space for the garage and all the shelving that you talked about.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
and then of course, I don't know if you're maybe you're in a situation where you don't need financing. We can talk about that, but we also have Tommy Hines that can help you. Perfect Home Remedy. He can help you out with the financing end. But again, when we talk off air, we can go through all those details. So, Paige, I appreciate you calling in, and I look forward to talking to you and building onto the dream that you got going on there at your place.
You did leave your phone number, right, Paige?
Yeah, I did.
Great.
Yeah, and the house needs a lot of work, and so I've gotten some things done, but a lot of the money I put into it you can't see.
Oh,
That's how it
It's
gets
like
most.
crawl space. And
Yep, that's the
stuff like
important
that,
stuff,
so.
though. That's the important stuff.
You're dealing with the skeletons of the house, which is the most important part. That's I commend you for that. So thanks
very
again for
important.
calling in. So we got Bob coming in on the line. He's got a question about branches of an oak tree. Bob, what you got?
Hey, I have my all-time favorite tree. It's about 4 inches in diameter, about 30 feet tall. Beautiful form. The branches just going out all the way they should. I didn't plant it. It just decided to grow there. But this year, 3 or 4 of the branches were full of leaves. There's not a leaf on another branch. And I wondered what kind of weird thing might be going on.
Well, I'm not an arborist, so I can't really speak to that. What do you got for us?
You know, the one thing I've always found, and a guy told me years ago, sometimes trees, and I had an oak tree in my first house in Richmond years ago, beautiful oak. It had perfect shape, everything, and in the middle of August, every tree turned brown, and they didn't even fall off. They just turned brown, and it was done. And my buddy that did that work said, hey, you got to leave it till the next year because we had a dry spell, and sometimes they'll do that. Don't take it down yet. Just keep an eye on it. And the next spring, when everybody else's trees were budding out, it came true. It was dead on the doornail.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you had any yard work done, any trenching? Have you put in any new pavement, or maybe you've done some other new paths in your yard where you started parking somewhere else or whatever? Anything like that?
Nothing anywhere near that tree. About, I would say, 50, 60 feet away, there might have been something, not much, but nothing near that tree.
Well,
Okay.
the one thing you got to remember too, and I'm just mentioning this to cover a wider gamut. What Walter told me probably killed my tree was my neighbor next door built a garage which was about 20 feet from the tree, and the vibration from the bulldozer that cleared the land where he put his new garage, he said that vibration can cause such a compaction around the tree roots that they can't suck the necessary moisture out. The ground has air encapsulated in it. That's where your water goes in and everything else. And he said that probably killed that tree, just so somebody would have an alternate method.
Well, Bob, we have a passion to help people get what they need. So if there's any arborists out there now.
I got one more thing that it could be.
Okay.
So this year we had 3 different types of cicadas that emerged out. The 13-year, the 7-year, and the 1-year. So there's a very good possibility, and I've seen it at my place, where the leaves are all been eaten off of things. So it could be those cicadas.
Yeah.
Any arborists out there and you want to leave your number, go ahead and text it in to 757-955-9415, and we will try to get Bob connected with you.
Yeah.
Bob, thanks for the question.
I was going to throw this out there.
Question.
I think what you said there is right. Just leaving it until next spring.
Yeah.
Because part of it
You'll
might
see
come
then.
back. But I'm sure Cindy's seen too some of the different. Because I do firewood all year long, so I deal with firewood all year round. Some of the different beetles that can get in there can destroy a tree. Let
Pine
alone
tree beetle
a
is
house.
terrible.
Yeah, but from all the different ones. Some of them are big, some of them are small.
Yep.
There's a variety of them, and they'll tear up your house the same way.
The powder post beetles, Lord God, you can't even see those things, but they will tear your
Now
house.
they're little
to
tiny, like BB size holes, right? And then some are like the size of half of your pinky.
Perfectly round.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
Well, we never got a question answered on our fish flop, so I'll divulge it. My daughter Brianna gave me these. They're called coddies, but they're they're really comfortable sandals, and they're the most quirkiest looking things you've ever seen but they're fun.
If you want to meet people, it's definitely a thing to wear to the store.
But if you got a grandkid or something like that, cotties are called fish flops. They're more like really comfortable sandals, but they look like a fish. They got eye on the top, eye on the bottom. They got all scaly and
funny.
everything.
You need to wear those for
but
Halloween.
They're super fun.
Costume.
So
Halloween. You take this to the Virginia Beach tuna tournament. You'd be friends with everybody. Yeah. So I'd be perfect as a flounder. Half of it on the bottom. Yeah. Guys, only about 2 minutes left. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start with you, Cindy. Let's go back through the intro, and we'll finish up in the 2-minute time frame.
Yeah, sure. Cindy Rao, with owner-operator of Alpha Pest Solutions, a full-service exterminating company. If it creeps or crawls, or if it causes fungus or anything like that, termites or whatever in your house, give us a call.
Tell us where you operate.
I go all the way up to Richmond. I'll go down to the Carolina border. I go out past Petersburg, and I go past Matthews, past Saluda.
She's your critter.
Cindy?
She's your critter getter.
I'm your critter getter.
Wow. I'm Justin with Pyramid Roofing and Gutters. We go from basically the same thing, Richmond to down to the Carolina line. We will go out to Franklin, Cortland, a little bit out west, but not too ridiculous. Albin?
Yeah, so I want to introduce Tommy Hines one more time. So he's not here tonight, but he is our perfect home remedy guy. He's your money man. And then we have Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. He will help you with any of your painting needs inside or out. And I am Albin with AlbinCo. We will help you with any of your remodel needs, whether you're trying to design a space. We'll help you with 3D modeling of the space, and whether you want more shelves or more niches and crannies of stuff that you need to get. So, Michael, what you got?
We custom vinyl products, CVP Windows and Doors. We operate from Richmond down into the Carolinas, over the Eastern Shore and the Northern Neck. Not to miss out on the Hampton Roads market. Worley's Home Services is also operating in the Hampton Roads market. They cover everything for you: plumbing, heating, air conditioning, electrical, and spray foam. We are now cranking down, bringing it back in, and we will see you next week.
Thanks for joining us.
757 House Whisperer. Thanks, guys.
The preceding program is sponsored in part by Worley Home Services, who's entirely responsible for its content.